Welcome to Story Time. I am with my granddaughter again today, and this is going to be an introduction video. We're going to tell what we're going to be learning today, and in the next video, we will pick up and read a couple more pages from our book that we're featuring for the rest of this month titled A Child's Introduction to African American History. Okay, so we have been learning how to say hello and goodbye in different languages that are in my book. If you would like to order this book, it's available on Amazon currently or Ingram Spark. That is INGRAM.com. INGRAMSPARK.com. Okay, but the last few days left, or the last week that's left in this month, the month of February, which is Black History Month, we are going to be learning how to do sign language numbers 1 through 10. Okay, so Aaliyah, do you know sign language numbers 1 through 10 already?
Well,
Yes or no?
no.
Okay. How do you think the number 1 looks in sign language? Very good. So to make the number 1 in sign language, you simply put up your pointing finger. Let's practice doing the numbers 1 through 10. This is found on page number 8 in my book. And for the month of March, in the month of March, we're going to learn the alphabet, how to do sign language letters in the alphabet. And how many letters are in the alphabet?
26.
Very good. So we have plenty of days in the month of March. Each day we will learn how to do one letter. But for the rest of this month, we're going to practice sign language numbers 1 through 10. So the first number looks like, this is found on page 8 in my book. The first number looks like this. Let's put up number 1. Very good. You make sure all of your fingers are tucked away except for that pointing finger. And the next number is number 2. How do you think that looks? Very good. You just raise the next finger. That's the number 2. How do you think the number 3 looks? This might be a little tricky.
Right.
Okay, the number 3 is not just putting up that third finger. The number 3 is actually using your thumb and those two, your pointing finger and the next finger next to that, index finger, okay? So that's the number 3. It's a little hard because you have to make an effort to remember that. The number 4 is going to be you tuck your thumb and you put up all 4 fingers. The number 5, you just let everything hang out. Your thumb and your fingers. Wiggle that for me, okay? How do you think the number 6 looks, Aaliyah?
Like this?
The number 6 is you hold your pinky finger and your thumb together, and that is the number 6. The number 7 is you're going to put your hand just like this, and you only have up 3 fingers. Your pinky finger, your pointing finger, and the one next to that one. Yes. Number 8 is you're going to hold your pointing finger up, but the finger next to that and your thumb, you hold those two together. So that's the number 8. The number 9 is almost looking like it could be the A-OK. When I was growing up, this was everything's okay. Okay, so you hold your pointing finger and your thumb together. That's the number 9. And then 10, you use both hands. You put up 1 on one hand, and then you hold your hand in a circle like that, the other hand. So that's the number 10, okay? So let's go over those really quick without saying anything. Are you ready? Do you think you can remember? We're going to go over these every day for the rest of this month. And by the end of the rest of this month, by the end of the month, you should have this down, okay? Let's try it. Very good, very good. All right, and that is going to be the lesson from my book. And now we're going to talk about a very important subject, and I am going to introduce the author of this book, which I have not done. I started this book last year in the month of February, Black History Month, and I did not do justice to the author by reading his bio from the book. And I'm going to do that in the next video. You will see we'll be reading the pages where I left off yesterday. I believe they're going to be pages 36 and 37. And we're going to be working on fluency. Fluency means we're working, you see the clock behind us? We're working on timing. So I give myself 10 minutes, and that may be too much time for some people and not enough time for everyone. So that's pretty even. 10 minutes to read 2 pages. And fluency means how easily and how accurate. Now, yesterday I made a mistake and I read a word wrong. I was supposed to have said were, but I said the word was. So that wasn't very accurate, was it? So I still need to work on fluency and accuracy sometimes, and you should get better and better, okay? So I like to use the word smooth. When you read fluent, that means you read smoothly. All right. So now we're going to talk about something very important that is happening in America. And have you heard of CRT, Aaliyah?
No.
CRT stands for critical race theory. What do you think critical race theory means?
The skin color, like black and white.
What do you think race means? It's talking about
someone judging the skin.
Okay, talking about the differences of people, how people are different and they come from different backgrounds. So critical race theory, boys and girls, is a term that is now being passed or legislated in some states to keep African American or racism from being taught about in schools. That's the best way I know how to put it, okay? Do you think that it is important for you to know about African American history?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you have 2 grandmothers, right? I am your grandmother. I'm African American. But tell us a little bit about your other grandmother. Is she African American or is she white?
She's white.
Okay. Do you see differences between the 2 of us?
Mm-hmm.
What differences do you see?
Well, she's black. I mean, you're black and she's white.
Do I look black?
Yeah.
Let me tell you a story about your mom. When your mother was a little girl, she was probably maybe in the 2nd or 3rd grade. I asked her, I said, "What color are you?" And what do you think she said?
Black?
She said, "I'm brown." She actually looked at her skin and she looked at the shade that she was and she said that she was brown. That is the very first conversation I ever had with your mother. So do you think I'm black? When you say I'm black,
brown.
Okay, I'm brown. A brown skin girl.
I'm not brown.
Best thing in the world.
I'm light brown on my...
Okay, well, we're talking about races. Let's get back on subject. So I am black. I am African American.
Mm-hmm.
What are you? I mean, what is your grandmother?
She's white.
Your other grandmother is Caucasian or white. So what does that make you?
Light skin?
What race are you considered?
Both? What, like...
Okay, unfortunately, you are not considered white. Even if you have white blood, and believe me, I have family members in my ancestry that looked white. I have white people in my family. My papa, my grandfather, he had features. His sisters and brothers, they were light or lighter than you, and they could pass. You know, someone in our family was white. Okay, but what differences do you see besides our races? Between me and your other grandmother?
The hair.
Our hair is different. Our skin color is different. And what else is different?